This is Optimal Living Daily, episode 1895, Tap into the Potential of Waypower by Karl Staib of DigToFly.com and your narrator, Justin Malik. Welcome to Optimal Living Daily, OLD for short, or old for shorter, where I narrate the best blogs I can get permission from, covering productivity, self-help, minimalism, personal development, and more. And now today, at the end, I'm going to do something a bit different than usual, so stick around. But for now, let's get right to today's post and start optimizing your life. Tap into the Potential of Waypower by Karl Staib of DigToFly.com. I was stuck. I wasn't sure how to get over this hump that I had of public speaking. My palms would sweat. That's an understatement. If you shook my hand before I would go on stage, you would feel like you were shaking fins with a fish. It's gross. Still happens to me when my anxiety kicks up too high, which usually happens when I speak to groups of people. It's why I switched to a fist bump instead of a handshake before I speak. I would have mini panic attacks if I had to present to a group of people. My face would break out in pimples and a cold sore would form on the side of my mouth. It was awful. My anxiety was hard to handle. My goal was to help people work happier. This was over 10 years ago, and it's what led me to my path of becoming an EQ, emotional intelligence coach. That's why even if you don't know what you want to do, it's important to keep building your skill set. I suggest to most of my clients that they start with a gratitude practice. When you focus on gratitude, you are using Waypower instead of willpower. Waypower pulls you forward, and willpower is an internal push. Waypower is your connection to your why. Willpower is forcing yourself to do something because you think you should. This wears you down. You deplete your energy with willpower. Waypower actually energizes you. It's the wind behind your mental sails. You can build your Waypower through gratitude. If you know you'll be presenting to your peers at an upcoming meeting and you are dreading it, then you have a choice. You can force yourself to do it, gritting through it, or you can find little slivers of gratitude about why you want to do it, how you can do it well, and doing those things to help your presentation. When you understand your why, then you are one step closer to being grateful for what the opportunity has to offer. This is how I began to use the most important tool in my mindset toolbox: gratitude. The best way to build confidence is to be grateful for each thought and emotion. Quote, "Fear is excitement without the breath." Fritz Perls. If I could be grateful for my anxiety, then I can use it to lean into the challenging things that would really help me grow my career. This is Waypower at its best. So I listed why I wanted to push through my fear and speak to groups of people. I'll teach people how to grow their EQ. I'll teach people to reduce their stress and anxiety. I'll teach people to see opportunity in their failures. These are my North Star reasons, and it got me excited to go a little deeper. Then I listed why I was grateful for public speaking. It helps me reach more people with my message. It gives me a boost of energy that very few things do. It challenges me to have a clear communication plan that people can understand and apply to their lives. Then I listed why I was grateful for my fear of public speaking. It exposes my fear of judgment from others and how I need to practice letting go of this judgment. It shows me that even though I'm scared, I can still do it. My mindset is much more flexible and I can enjoy difficult things. It makes my hands sweat and reminds me that I need to do a better job of slowing down and breathing before I go in front of people. After this last list, I felt so much better. I was clear about my why, and that motivated me to take action. When I stood in front of the group of executives and explained why they should work on their emotional intelligence, I felt much more calm than I thought was possible. My anxiety felt manageable. It was a nerve-wracking talk, but it went really well. I felt empowered after it was done. The Q&A went well, and I had science to back up my talk. Your mindset toolbox. It's important that you understand the difference between Waypower and willpower. If you force yourself to do the difficult thing, you will deplete your energy. There's only so much willpower that you have each day. If you understand your why and feel grateful for the opportunity to improve your life, then you have a better chance of making a new habit a daily reality. For example, if you want to start exercising every day and you can focus on why you enjoy exercising and what you enjoy about it, then you'll have the mindset momentum to make it happen. This takes lots of practice, but the more you do it, the easier it gets. You have to work at building the habit. So before you begin, ask yourself 3 questions. Number 1, why do I want to build this new habit? Number 2, why would I be grateful for this new habit? And number 3, what do I enjoy when I practice this new habit? These questions will inspire you to start building the habit. Your turn. I suggest starting small. For example, if you struggle to build up a daily exercise habit, then focus on the smallest exercise that you can do. Look at your least painful exercise and do just 1 minute every single day. For instance, try doing yoga for 1 minute every day. Anyone can do yoga for 1 minute. The idea is to make it so easy that you can say yes to it. Once you do 1 minute a day for 7 days, you can increase to 2 minutes for the next 7 days. You build your internal momentum that makes it easier to keep expanding your habit to where you really want it to be. What do you want to improve over the next few months? I suggest starting with a 7-day challenge. It's a great way to kickstart the habit you want and strengthen your neural pathways. You just listened to the post titled Tap into the Potential of Waypower by Karl Staib of DigToFly.com. And I'm doing something a little different for this ending, but first, thank you to Audible. You might already know what Audible is, as it's the leading provider of spoken word entertainment and audiobooks. But did you know that they also have original entertainment from top celebrity creators and podcasts? So how it works, it's really simple. You get 1 credit every month that's good for any title in their entire premium selection, and they're yours forever in your audio library. On top of that, you can get full access to Audible's popular Plus catalog of guided fitness and meditation, sleep tracks, podcasts, original entertainment, and of course, audiobooks. I'm sure you'll enjoy one of the many thousands of books available, some of which I've even narrated. You can check those out by searching for my name, Justin Malik. There are tons of books and audio that will give you the benefits that you get right here by listening to this podcast. And you can listen offline, anytime, anywhere. So come get your trial. Visit audible.com/old or text OLD to 500-500 to start your free 30-day trial. Again, that's audible.com/OLD or text OLD to 500-500 to start your free 30-day trial. And I'm doing something a bit different for the ending today. I wanted to share with you a segment from our Vibely community. If you haven't heard about Vibely, it's our new online group where hosts of our podcasts and tons of listeners participate in group chats covering topics you hear on our podcasts. You can join at oldpodcast.com/group. That's linked in this episode's description. We also offer prompts every 2 weeks that give listeners the chance to offer their best advice for others to use. We know you have your own insights and experiences, and we want to give you a chance to share your knowledge with others in the community if you'd like to, so everyone can learn more from each other, not just from this show, for example. So a recent prompt we had asked was, what you feel your best investment has been. And I wanted to share a great response submitted by listener Kayla, who has really been a big contributor in Vibely so far. Kayla says, quote, things were rough at home as a kid, so when I was a teenager, I was determined to move out ASAP. I knew that money would help me with a move, rent, and necessities for college, so I worked every kid job I could think of. I raked leaves, tutored younger kids, babysat, worked yard sales, taking advantage of the foot traffic by also selling shaved ice, and even sold candy out of my backpack to classmates. I got a job as a waitress at 17 and saved almost all of my paycheck plus tips. At 18, I was offered a room in a house close to the college and art school I was going to, and by the time I moved out, I had $18,000 in my savings account. I'm grateful for believing in my goal, for hustling extra hard, and for not giving into temptation with having the cutest clothes or nicest car. I was able to avoid credit card debt as a young adult, and I never missed rent. That money ended up turning into my financial freedom account, funds that I spend only on income-earning opportunities. I'm glad that I invested in my savings account when I was younger because it laid a solid financial foundation, end quote. This just goes to show not only how much we can save on a tight budget, but also how having a goal we can believe in and actions that we align with that goal can help us cancel out the noise and maintain our values. Must have been really hard for Kayla as a teenager to skip past more expensive clothes or a more expensive car so that she could fit in with her peers and keep up appearances the way she might have liked to. But what started as a great habit back then and has stuck around as an adult not only keeps her in the rhythm of looking for opportunities, but having resources to draw from when she finds them. So thanks so much to Kayla and everyone else that shared. You can join us on Viably if you haven't already. The short link is oldpodcast.com/group, and I'll see you there. In the meantime, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here for the Thursday show tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.